From the very first moment you press play, you're being drawn into a story that Hollywood tried to bury, a hidden chapter of a legend's life that feels more like a thriller than a biography, and yet it's all true. Because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about Connie Francis. And trust me, by the end of this, if you look away even for a second, you'll feel like you missed the biggest secret of her entire life. So stay glued to every word that unfolds in the next minutes. Imagine being thrust from the bright lights of pre-rock roll America into an era still dominated by poodle skirts and crooners, where Connie Francis exploded onto the scene with a voice so pure it felt like an escape for a generation. But beneath that soaring star lay faults and fractures no fan ever guessed at. Picture her first recording sessions, that unexpected phone call that would set off a chain reaction of betrayal. The record label executives whispering about her talent behind closed doors while drafting contracts that would bind her in silence, the friends who schmoozed with her in public and stabbed her in private, and the family burden she carried when she lost someone she never spoke of on camera. And you might think you know the hits, Who's Sorry Now? Stupid Cupid? Where the Boys Are? But here in this video, we'll strip away the polished vinyl image to reveal a woman trapped by her own success, forced into public battles that played out in tabloids but never settled the pain in her heart, rising from humiliating setbacks that almost silenced her voice forever. You'll hear how one scandal nearly derailed her career in a single night, how a weighty secret threat hovered over her for years, how she poured her fears into late-night recording booths while the label shelved the tapes, how she tried to fight back through lawsuits and lawsuits, how every move forward triggered more backlash, until the permission slips to chase her own style and true voice were revoked by people she trusted, turning every stage into a cage and every microphone into a reminder of what she'd lost. You'll feel the soaring highs of stadium performances and crushed dreams when promoters pulled the plug after whispers in shadowy boardrooms. You'll feel her resilience as she learned to rebuild herself piece by piece, only to face disappointment again and again, and yet each time she returned, she came back stronger, even if at the cost of her closest relationships, until one moment shattered even that comeback attempt, and she vanished from public view, leaving fans asking, what happened? Behind the cameras and curtain calls, this is a journey of passion, betrayal, resilience, and tragedy all wrapped into one remarkable life. One filled with chart-topping singles and heart-stopping secrets, with legal battles that expose the ugly side of fame and emotional wounds that never healed on their own. We'll trace her path from New Jersey stages to Las Vegas lounges, from TV variety shows to European ballrooms, from triumph to tragedy, unearthing the private voicemail that blew up her world, the cryptic note she received backstage before a major performance, the phone call that convinced her to sign away parts of her career she never got back, and the people who profited while she paid the price. Yet through it all she kept believing in the power of her voice, in the belief that one emotional rendition could heal something inside her, a belief that turned each recording session into an emotional crucible until the heartbreak became too visible to hide, and the shine dimmed behind her eyes. Even as the world believed her tragedy was behind her, she battled personal loss, a private crisis too painful for tabloids, a disappearance from the spotlight so complete fans feared the worst. But this isn't just a story of decline, it's also about one final attempt to return, a comeback fueled by conviction and ghosts of her past, a comeback that nearly healed her soul until compromised health, relentless pressure, and unresolved betrayal ground it into dust. And yes, by now you already feel invested, not because you're a Connie Francis superfan, but because there's something universal about struggling to maintain who you are when the world only sees a brand, about trusting people who smile in your face and stab behind your back, about feeling your own talent burn out while the contracts flick the switch off without warning. So hang on closely as every moment in this video matters, because if you look away, you'll miss the moment we reveal the one decision she made on an empty soundstage that finally snapped the silence and let her story breathe again, a decision so courageous, so heartbreaking, and so revealing that if it had happened to anyone else, it might have rewritten history. And once you've absorbed that moment, once you've felt the hope she refused to let go of even in her darkest hours, you'll realize this whole story is more than a celebrity biography. It's a mirror reflecting our own battles with ambition, identity, loyalty, and survival. Because at the end of the day, Connie Francis is not just a voice echoing from the past. She's a woman who dared to live a truth Hollywood tried to hide. And right now, sitting here with your finger hovering over the subscribe button, you have a choice. Walk away thinking you've heard enough, or stay until the final second and witness a story so powerful it changes the way you think about fame, pain, and redemption forever. And believe me, if you don't stay, you'll regret missing the moment when the last truth hits. A moment so raw you'll carry it with you long after this video ends. And that moment is coming up next.